Steve Evans, 5 games to go, and the equation is very, very simple. Win all 5.
Well, 105, it gives us a real chance, doesn't it? Of course, it's going to be tough. We know it is. It was tough at the start of the season, so we can only concentrate and focus on one game at a time. I spoke last week about the bank holiday double, Bolton and Charlton, 2 fantastic games. We've got another sort of a bank holiday double coming, haven't we? We've got Exeter followed by Barnsley. Another 2 great games to look forward to, but all our focus, quite rightfully, is going to Exeter. You know, I don't go that far on my holidays for everyone's information, but we'll make the journey, we'll make it in good time, and we'll be fresh and ready for action.
It's one of them things, you get to this stage of the season, and the cliche is it's 5 cup finals, but it's just 5 matches. You've got to be absolutely perfect in both ends of the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you make a great point, both ends of the pitch. You know, I think we delivered the goalkeeper's 20th clean sheet or something of the season at the Valley on Monday. So statistically, defending-wise, we've been outstanding. It helps, of course, when Pierre Gianni comes back in, because that reinforces and cements us a little bit. And it's fair to say that we've not been productive in front of goal. So what do you do when that happens? You go back on the training ground and you work hard and you work smart, and you have to believe if we continue to play as we've been doing and making the chances we've made, the ball will hit the net. But I know one thing: we need to win some games to get involved in this playoff campaign at the end of the season, and therefore we need to score some goals.
It's all about getting back on the training ground for the attacking side of things, and I've heard many managers say, well, we practice that sort of stuff, and they're hitting the back of the net, from 20, 30, 40 yards. I guess that's...
Listen, Jamie Reid, who's a protagonist in front of goal, is a stunning finisher. You know, we could train every day of the week. He's just simply a stunning goal scorer. But all strikers, from the best, I can remember listening to Alan Shearer podcast in the week where he went 9 or 10 games, didn't score a goal, and people were doubting him, and then up he pops, goal. I can remember to my cost when England beat Scotland, and Shearer had hardly scored a goal for England getting into the Euro campaign, and then it took off, didn't a hat-trick against Holland, and bang, gone. So we've got every confidence that if we make a chance on Saturday and it falls to Jamie, then he'll score.
Well, it's not just Jamie, is it? I mean, one thing that I've noticed is other players haven't got as many goals. I mean, League One defences are better, so your set-piece chances are reduced. Jordan Roberts hasn't chipped in with as many goals as perhaps he would have liked. There's others as well.
Well, I think there's reasons. I think if we look at set play attacks, if you like, and we look at Carl Piergianni, a recent manager in a game against us called it an assault by Carl, but Carl gets assaulted in every game he plays in the opposition box. He gets manhandled. We get nothing for it. We ask for nothing, we get nothing. But from our point of view, it's the chances we've made have fell to different players in recent weeks. Our midfield players have missed good chances. Centre back Carl, I think, should have, by his own admission, should have scored on Saturday when he does get free from a set play. But we just have to make sure that first and foremost we keep that solid base. That always gives you a chance to win a football match. And I think we know with the 2 big chances that come over the bank holiday, one falls to young Ben on Friday and one falls to Reedy on Monday, and we could have been sitting in a totally different position, cementing ourselves right in that playoff route, but we're not. So we need to find a way to get back in it, and that's find a way to win again.
What's your mindset for it? Because, I mean, you've talked often about sort of staying in games up to the 70th minute and then perhaps going for it. You went for it at Charlton with the 3 substitutions at half-time and then the couple later on in the half. Would that be a similar sort of thing for the next 5?
Yeah, listen, I've got far too much respect for Gary and everyone at Exeter to get in there. I think we'll just go down there and go and leave ourselves open at times. They're good enough to hurt you with you trying to get to a certain part of the game. But we are at a stage in the season where we have to win some football matches. So maybe it's not, I demonstrated at Charlton, we didn't wait to 70 minutes, we changed it in my mind on 30, 35, and we changed that at half time. So it's probably a similar process. We certainly need to be in the game around the half time mark, and then we have to then be prepared to lose, because if you're not prepared to lose, you're not trying to win, in my opinion. We left ourselves man for man at the back against Charlton, and we had a lot of forward attacking players and players deliberately staying high up the pitch to try and get us the goal. It didn't come for us at Valley on Monday, but it might come at Exeter. But we know how tough it's going to be. But it would be a huge position just to be even coming back from Exeter, looking forward to playing Barnsley, still leaving it in our hands. That would be an incredible position then before to go.
Well, the thing is, with it being in your hands, like I say, if you keep winning, that just puts pressure on the other teams. You can't do anything about them other than keep winning and putting pressure on them.
Yeah, 100%. I think we had the real tough Easter campaign compared to the other teams. I think I said it to yourself on Bank Holiday Monday that I think a lot of teams might have thought would come out further behind when you see Bolton and Charlton. I know I would have Bolton and Charlton as the next opposition for something in the playoffs. I think they might not be in the playoffs at the end of those games. We just need to focus on ourselves. We can't affect a thing that happens. We Lincoln, we Oxford, we Blackpool. We cannot affect a thing in any of those games other than one of them when we play Oxford on the second last day of the season. So from that point of view, we just focus on ourselves. The boys are looking incredibly bright and fresh this morning. They've had a couple of days away from the training ground. It's been a lot of travelling, a lot of games, a lot of commitment, but they look really focused and fresh today. And if we manufacture that into a good performance on Saturday, then that's the objective.
Played Exeter twice already this season, but it seems like such a long time ago since you had those games. Do those games have an effect on your mindset going into this one?
No, I think we're at a stage where we're almost at cup tie football. I've read Gary's words carefully this week, and he's about a points accumulation and trying to surpass what he did last year. I think he's a real gifted head coach. I've got a lot of time for him personally. He's got some really good players. They've invested in the squad down there, and Gary's short spell there. So nobody has to tell me how tough it will be going down there. But I want us to go and express ourselves. I couldn't have imagined any Stevenage supporter who was at the Valley on Monday coming away disappointed. Disappointed we didn't win. No more than me. But they must have been out saying this is Stevenage Football Club who's come to the Valley and totally dominated for long spells. Absolute saturation point in the last 20 minutes trying to get a goal. If we have the similar type of performance, I have to believe that we have players on the pitch that'll put the ball in the net to Exeter for us. But we have to remain solid and tight at the back. We don't want to be giving signs of encouragement to what I think is already an excellent team.
You've mentioned the number of clean sheets this season. I think I worked it out. It was 19 this year, which is exactly the same number in the league as last year. And you've still obviously got games to play. Having made the step up from League 2 to League 1, that's a great statistic for you. Yeah,
listen, I think there's been big players in that group. Obviously, Ashby Hammond gives you a real chance, doesn't he? Because he's a top goalkeeper for a level. I think Dan Butler, as the season has progressed, has got better. I thought he was stunning at the Valley. It's a big word from me, but I think he was. I think Wilden matched it. I think Wilden's energy, last 20 minutes and driving, has been trying to get us that goal. And everyone knows when we have, for me, the best centre half in the league, or one of the best centre halves in Carl. So, and he's surrounded by people like Dan Sweeney and Van Kooten and Thompson. We're really good there. We get no issues. We just need to score a few more goals. And that's easier said than done because everyone knows it's the hardest part in football. And some people need to step up and get us a goal when we need it, and we need it now.
Player-wise, Jake Forster-Caskey was the one who went out against Carlisle, didn't feature this weekend. What's the latest?
Yeah, Jake's out. He's finished for the season now. He's a little operation. So when he gets a little operation on Saturday, we feared it might be the case. We've got a top medical guy here, Matty. He predicted it before the scans and that they've all happened. He's had the scans yesterday, went to the consultant, so he's not going to be around for the rest of the season, which is another blow. But in saying that, we've got a young man, Harvey White, who's trying desperately to step in to fill his boots. And Guinness Walker's been excellent when he's played. So from my point of view, we have good alternatives. But Caskey's a bit of a blow because he was for a spell there, he was stunning.
And I guess that's the only real worry going into the season. I mean, you've said they've had a rest this week, so they're all ready to go. Yeah,
we should be fresh mentally. I think that's part of it as well. I think the interesting point that one of the staff in our staff meeting this morning said, in our time here, myself and Paul Reynolds, which is just past its 2-year anniversary, if you like, there's not been one game we've played at first team level that has not had a huge meaning to it. There's other clubs that are playing out the season now and they can try one or two things, or they give people some game time. we came in with a mandate, keep the club in League Two. We achieved that, but it was difficult and tough and going to the wire in every game, but then started well in League Two, so we were fighting a promotion campaign and deservedly, rightfully got promotion, but every game had something on it. And then because we were fighting for the playoffs this year, every game we played had something on it. So, you know, we've got, in the words of you, we've got 4 games left that are really all meaningful. The last day will take care of itself. If we're in the position that we were against Grimsby, that'll take care of itself.